Hello everyone, this is Mahesh Mahapatra and today I will be telling you about various processor making companies. So without any further delay, let's get started. Before we get into the details of various companies, I would first like to talk about the very first microprocessor ever made. This is Ted Hoff, one of the key members of the team among others who developed the first microprocessor, and this is the Intel 4004. This was the first processor released on November 15, 1971 with a 4-bit register and a clock speed of 740 kHz. Smaller than a human thumbnail, the 4004 had 2300 transistors with 10 micron spacing capable of 60,000 operations per second. It cost $200 while possessing as much computing power as the ENIAC computer. Next, I talk about the 8085. The 8085 was developed by Intel and released in 1976. The 8085 is an 8-bit microprocessor similar to the 8080 microprocessor with two additional instructions added for its serial I/O and interrupt features. The 8085 had an 8-bit data bus, 16-bit address bus which can address up to 64 KB, a 16-bit program counter, a 16-bit stack pointer, six 8-bit registers arranged in pairs. It required 5-volt supply to operate at 3.2 MHz single phase clock. Next was the 8086, developed by Intel and introduced on June 8, 1978. The 8086 was a microprocessor codenamed P1. It used a 16-bit architecture, had 29,000 transistors, ran at a clock speed of 5 MHz to 10 MHz, and could access 1 MB of memory. So now what are the different types of processor manufacturers? There are two primary manufacturers of computer microprocessors, Intel and AMD, who lead the market in terms of speed and quality. Intel's desktop CPUs include Celeron, Pentium and Core, whereas AMD's desktop processors include Sempron, Athlon and Phenom. So now a quick question, which is the world's largest processor making company? The answer is Samsung, which is as of now the world's largest chip maker. Samsung dethroned Intel Corporation to become the world's largest chip manufacturer by revenue. So now coming to the main part, what is a central processing unit or CPU? The picture shown is how the top and bottom of an Intel Xeon processor may look. The processor is placed and secured into a compatible CPU socket found on the motherboard. Processors produce heat, so they are covered with a heat sink to keep them cool and they're running smoothly. Let's talk about the companies which manufacture microprocessors. First, we have the International Business Machines Corporation, commonly known as IBM. IBM is an American multinational information technology company having its headquarters in Armonk, New York, with operations in over 170 countries. The company began in 1911, founded in Endicott, New York, as the Computing Tabulating Recording Company (CTR), and was renamed as IBM in 1924. IBM produces and sells computer hardware, middleware, and software and provides hosting and consulting services in areas ranging from mainframe computers to nanotechnology. IBM is also a major research organization holding the record for the most US patents generated by a business for 26 consecutive years. Inventions by IBM include the automated teller machine, the floppy disk, the hard disk drive, the magnetic strip card, the relational database, the SQL programming language, the UPC barcode, and dynamic random access memory. The IBM mainframe, exemplified by the System 360, was the dominant computing platform during the 1960s and 1970s. IBM has a series of high performance microprocessors called Power, followed by a number designating the generation, that is, Power 1, Power 2, Power 3, and so on forth up to the latest Power 9. These processors have been used by IBM in the RS6000, AS400, P series, I series, System P, System I, and Power Systems line of servers and supercomputers. They have also been used in data storage devices by IBM and by other server manufacturers like Bull and Hitachi. The name Power was originally presented as an acronym for Performance Optimization with Enhanced Risk. Next, we have Intel. Intel Corporation is an American multinational corporation and technology company having headquarters in Santa Clara, California, in the Silicon Valley. It is the world's second largest and second highest valued semiconductor chip manufacturer after being overtaken by Samsung Electronics. It is also the inventor of the x86 series of microprocessors, the processors found in most PCs. Intel has been ranked number 46th in the 2018 Fortune 500 list of the largest United States corporations by total revenue. Intel supplies processors for computer system manufacturers such as Apple, Lenovo, HP, and Dell. Intel also manufactures motherboards, chipsets, network interface controllers, and integrated circuits, flash memories, graphic chips, embedded processors, and other devices related to communications and computing. Intel Corporation was founded on July 18, 1968 by semiconductor pioneers Robert Noyce and Gordon Moore and is associated with the executive leadership and vision of Mr. Andrew Groove. The company's name was conceived as the portmanteau of the word integrated and electronics, with co founder Noyce having been the key inventor of the integrated circuit. The fact that Intel is a term for intelligence information also made the same appropriate. Intel was an early developer of SRAM and DRAM memory chips, which represented the majority of its business until 1981. Although Intel created the world's first commercial microprocessor chip in 1971, it was not until the success of the personal computer that this became its primary business. Moving ahead, we have SK Hynix. SK Hynix is a South Korean company. It is also the world's second largest memory chip manufacturer and the third largest semiconductor making company, founded in the year 1983 as Hyundai Electronics by Seok Hee Lee. Hynix memory is used by Apple on some of its iMac, MacBooks, and MacBook Pros. Apple's A9 chipset is onboard together with an SK Hynix RAM module. Hynix memory is also used by Asus in the Google branded Nexus 7 tablets, both in 2012 and 2013 models, an OEM provider for IBM System X servers, and is used in desktop PCs and laptops as well as the Asus EEE PC, Dell, HP Inc. Moving ahead, we have Toshiba. Toshiba Corporation, headquartered in Tokyo, is a Japanese multinational conglomerate. Toshiba was founded in 1939 as Tokyo Shibaura Denki KK through the merger of Shibaura Seisaku Sho, founded in 1875, and Tokyo Denki, founded in 1890. The company name was officially changed to Toshiba Corporation in 1978. Spurs Engine is a microprocessor from Toshiba built as a media-oriented core processor designed for 3D and video processing in consumer electronics such as set-top boxes and computers. The Spurs Engine processor is also known as a quad-core HD processor, announced on 20th September 2007. The Spurs Engine is a stream processor powered by four synergetic processing elements, also used in the cell processor found in Sony's PlayStation 3. These processing elements are fed by on-chip H.264 and MPEG-2 codecs and controlled by an off-DIE host CPU connected by an on-chip PCLE controller. The Spurs engine is accessible to the developers from a device driver known for Windows and Linux systems. Software supporting the Spurs engine is limited and is primarily in the realm of video editing and encoding. Moving ahead, we have Samsung Electronics. Samsung Electronics, headquartered in Suwon, South Korea, founded in the year 1969, is currently the largest manufacturer of microprocessors in the world. Samsung is one of the major manufacturing suppliers for companies like Apple, Sony, HTC, and Nokia. It is also the world's largest manufacturer of consumer electronics by revenue. Since the early 1990s, Samsung Electronics has commercially introduced a number of new memory technologies. In 2009, Samsung started mass producing the 30 nanometer class NAND flash memory, and in 2010 succeeded in mass producing 30 nanometer class DRAM and 20 nanometer class NAND flash, both of which were for the first time in the world. They also commercially introduced TLC NAND flash memory in 2010, VNAND flash in 2013, LPDDR4 SD RAM in 2013, and the HBM2 in 2016. Moving ahead, we have NVIDIA Corporation. NVIDIA is known for its design and graphic processing units for the gaming and professional markets, as well as the system on chip units (SoCs) for the mobile computing and automotive market. Its primary GPU product line, labeled as GeForce, is in direct competition with AMD's Radeon products. Nvidia expanded its presence in the gaming industry with its handheld Shield Portable, Shield Tablet, and Shield Android TVs. Moving ahead, now we have Qualcomm. Mostly associated with its Snapdragon series of processors for mobile phones, Qualcomm was founded by Ivan Jacobs in the year 1985. Snapdragon, one of the company's flagship range of processors, is a suite of system on a chip semiconductor products for mobile devices designed and marketed by Qualcomm Technologies. Snapdragon semiconductors are embedded in devices of various systems including Android, Windows Phone and netbooks. They are also used in cars, wearable devices and other devices. In addition to the processors, the Snapdragon line includes modems, Wi-Fi chips and mobile charging products. Moving on, we have AMD. AMD stands for Advanced Micro Devices. Founded by Jerry Sanders in the year 1969, it is an American multinational semiconductor company based in Santa Clara, California, that develops computer processors and related technologies for business and consumer markets. While initially it manufactured its own processors, the company later outsourced its manufacturing, a practice known as fabless, after Global Foundries was spun off in 2009. AMD's main product include microprocessors, motherboard chipsets, embedded processors and graphic processors for servers, workstations, personal computers and embedded system application. AMD is the second largest supplier and only significant rival to Intel in the market for x86 based microprocessors. Since acquiring ATI in 2006, AMD and its competitor Nvidia have maintained a duopoly in the discrete graphic processing unit market. Now, let's talk about some of the latest processors offered by some of these companies. First, we have the Intel i9. Intel revealed its new Core i9 9999K, which Intel says is the best gaming processor in the world, period. The i9 offers 8 cores and 16 threads clocked at a base frequency of 3.6 GHz, which can be boosted up to 5 GHz. Now moving on, we have the Qualcomm Snapdragon 855 Plus. The Snapdragon 855 Plus is the latest processor available in mobile phones and comes with unlocking a maximum power and performance for mobile gaming. This platform has been built for speed and enhanced performance, delivering 20% faster graphics, also an uplift in CPU performance. You also get faster, smoother, and power efficient gaming performance in 5G combined with HDR gaming and premium audio. Lastly, we have the AMD Ryzen 9 3950. The specifications of AMD Ryzen 9 3950 includes 16 CPU cores and 32 threads with a clock speed of 3.5 GHz and can reach a maximum clock speed of 4.7 GHz. This processor occupies a system memory of 3200 MHz with 2 memory channels. Well, this is all I have for you guys as of now, but stay tuned for such informative videos coming up. Thanks for watching and hit the like and subscribe buttons if you like the video.